Well, hello, Sam Owens here, and I have a product that is going to be helpful for a lot of folks, and it is a vacuum pump. And right here is what you get when you order the vacuum pump. You get the pump itself right here with 110 cord connected. You get your instruction manual, which is going to give you some valuable information about the pump and how to use it. And you also get a set of gauges with a manifold. You also get a set of hoses that connect to the various components to work with the air conditioning. These pumps are used in a lot of applications. This is vacuuming air in to and taking it out of a sealed container like an air conditioning system or food storage bags. Medical services use vacuum pumps. So there's a lot of applications. I'm going to just go through the basics of this pump and how it's connected and the use of the gauges. So you also get this right here, which actually it's got a screw-on deal here. It's good to be able to hang these gauges instead of just laying them around, and you just stick them in there, and then you just take this and screw it down in there, and it's just a support, and it spins around, so it makes it easy to hang it somewhere, like right there, and then your cables connect onto it. Now, before we get into that, and I'm going to just leave it right there, also you get these connectors, and these are called quick connectors, and it's a way of connecting to the Schrader valve of the air conditioning system of your car. And right here there's a red one, and this is for the high side, and you notice there's a red gauge here with a red knob, and then you have a blue one, which blue gauge and knob, and you have hoses blue and red. Now I'm going to show the hookup of the hoses. This is the yellow hose, which will go onto the inlet of the vacuum pump, and all of these hoses are exactly the same except for the color. And this one has a Schrader valve depressor right there, and this side doesn't. But this is not going to go into a place on the manifold that has a Schrader valve, so we're going to make sure all of them that go to the manifold gauge set is going to go with this setting right here. So you screw these on very tight. You don't want any leaks. And then this one will go right here. Okay, and you're gonna kind of turn this around so that you can see. Okay, there. And then you will take your other hoses, and again, they're exactly the same. This is the part that is going to go toward your air conditioning. Sometimes you want to use this type valve, sometimes this, so keep that in mind. Okay, I'm going to use the same one to the blue. Okay, and then this, you have an option of some cars or air conditioning systems may take this type of connection on the Schrader valve. If it is, then you don't need the quick connect. Most of the cars today now have a quick connect, and what you do is this is unnecessary because the quick connect is going to do all of the sealing that did. And there's a pin down in here, and low, this is the low, open and close. Now watch what happens when you close it, and this is the direction you go counterclockwise. It's all the way closed, meaning that pin is all the way retracted. Now watch the pin when I open it, that pin is going to come in contact with the Schrader valve in your air conditioning system. See it come out? And this is fully open right now. That is going to push against the Schrader valve like a bicycle valve, and then it's going to allow access to the refrigerant or the air pressure inside the system. So that's important. And these little balls are going to clamp on to the housing of that Schrader valve system and hold it in position. Now it takes, to get air to flow through this, it has to be connected to that Schrader valve housing, and it pushes down and opens this valve up. So this is the complication of this valve. So if you ever just blow into it, it's not going to pass air until it's mounted on something. Okay, so now this will go right on here, and you just screw it on, and again you want it tight, and now you're ready to put this onto the low side of your air conditioning system. Now as you raise the hood, there's going to be a location toward the front or the side, sometimes in the back, of two valves. One is going to be smaller. This one, the blue one on the low side, is smaller than the high side. This is a bigger one, so you can't mix these up. You'll actually see that. The low Schrader valve housing is lower than the higher, so that's another way, and there's a cap on them, and you take the caps off, and then these will snap on. You pull back, push down hard, let go, and it shouldn't be able to be pulled off. So let's finish up here. And again, I put this over here, and these are exactly the same. Okay, everything needs to be tight. If you pull a vacuum on this, the needle on both of these, if it's opened up, is going to go backwards. If there's pressure on the system, the air conditioning system, the needle will read the pressure on the system. So if you don't have these valves right here all the way closed, when they're all the way closed, they close the vacuum line to that, and all you're reading is what's coming out of the system right here when this is all the way closed, and also when this one's all the way closed. When both of them are closed, you hook this on the low Schrader housing and the high, and then you will be able to read the pressure that's in your air conditioning system just with that. In other words, the pump is not in play because there's a needle in there that closes off the vacuum line. So even if I put the pump on, let's do it one time and you'll hear it. Now right on the back is a switch right here, and it's going to be turned on. And notice I don't see anything there at all. It's not pulling anything. Okay, so now I'm going to open up the blue side, and you watch this needle. See the needle go? It's pulling air through this. And now I'm going to turn it down to where it's no longer pulling and turn this off. And you see what has happened is I am no longer pulling a vacuum through here. This is closed off. So now I am just holding a vacuum on this line. And because this is not on a Schrader valve, there's a valve within there that is sealed this until I get it on. And then when you put it onto one, you do not want it all the way closed. like it is right now. Right now, it's open, actually open. We want to close it. And even if I close it, you see what's happening is the depressor in there that pushes the valve. You want to make sure that's all the way back, because if you push it on with it down, it's going to open up the air conditioning system, seal system to the hoses, and you don't want that until you're ready. Okay, it's holding the pressure right there. Notice this one did not move because I have this closed. Okay, this is just a demonstration of how the pump works and how the gauges work along with the connector. And that gives you a little bit of knowledge to the people that have not even seen a vacuum pump. You see a little application here that will help you to fix your air conditioning system after you've gone through the preliminaries of recovering the refrigerant that's in the system before you start working on it. Okay, folks, that's about it, and I hope this has been helpful, and thank you very much for watching my video.